He was the life of the party, the man behind the makeup, the community leader who masked unthinkable horrors beneath his painted smile. But behind the laughter and balloons lay secrets buried in the shadows, in the crawl space of his suburban home. This is the horrifying case of John Wayne Gacy, the man the world would come to know as the Killer Clown. John Wayne Gacy's story begins on March 17, 1942, in Chicago, Illinois. Born to a hard-working mother and an abusive alcoholic father, Gacy grew up yearning for the love and approval of a man who would never give it. Even as a child, Gacy endured verbal lashings and physical blows, with his father often calling him stupid and worthless. But the pain didn't stop there. At just 7 years old, Gacy was molested by a family friend. Terrified of his father's wrath, he never reported the abuse. Instead, he buried the trauma deep inside, creating cracks in the foundation of a psyche that would only worsen over time. As he grew older, Gacy faced more challenges. Struggling with health issues and bullying, he dropped out of high school and left home, seeking refuge in Las Vegas. It was here, working in a mortuary, that Gacy first encountered the darkness inside himself. One night, alone with a corpse, he slipped into a coffin and fondled the body of a deceased teenage boy. The horror of his own actions shocked him, but instead of seeking help, Gacy quietly returned to Chicago. Gacy quickly built a respectable life, climbing the ranks of the JCs and marrying his first wife, Marlene. But beneath this facade festered a dark and insidious double life. The 1970s marked the peak of Gacy's monstrous crimes and his chilling ability to hide them behind a mask, quite literally. Adorning himself as Pogo the Clown, Gacy entertained children at parties and hospitals. But at night, Pogo's smile became a twisted grimace as Gacy lured teenage boys into his home under the guise of job offers, safety, or a simple good time. Once inside, Gacy would trap his victims using the handcuff trick, a grotesque act disguised as innocent magic. He would restrain them, assault them, and then strangle them with a homemade garrote while relishing in their terror. Over the course of 6 years, Gacy murdered 33 young men and boys, burying 29 of them in the crawl space beneath his house. The stench of death permeated the air, yet Gacy skillfully deflected complaints, blaming plumbing issues or exaggerating his charity work to redirect suspicion. All of this began to unravel in December 1978, when 15-year-old Robert Piest went missing. Piest was last seen leaving his job to meet Gacy for a supposed job opportunity, but he never returned. Desperate for answers, Piest's family pushed for a police investigation. When authorities obtained a search warrant for Gacy's home, they made horrifying discoveries. Items belonging to other missing boys turned up, and though investigators initially attributed the foul odor in the crawl space to sewage, a second search revealed the harrowing truth. Body after body was unearthed, each wrapped in a shroud of secrecy Gacy could no longer maintain. In custody, Gacy confessed to his crimes with disturbing nonchalance, even referring to his murders as business as usual. He revealed his systematic pattern of luring, torturing, and killing his victims. The sheer brutality left the community and the nation horrified. In 1980, John Wayne Gacy stood trial for the murders of 33 innocent lives. His defense argued insanity, claiming he was out of his mind during the killings. But the jury saw through the facade. After just 2 hours of deliberation, Gacy was found guilty and sentenced to death. For 14 years on death row, Gacy taunted authorities, gave conflicting stories, and even found time to paint eerie clown portraits. But justice could not be delayed forever. On May 10, 1994, John Wayne Gacy was executed by lethal injection. His final words, "Kiss my ass." Most of Gacy's victims were never even old enough to vote, their futures stolen by a man who hid behind charity and smiles. The scars left on their families and the community remain profound, a reminder of the unimaginable evil that can lurk behind even the most familiar faces. Today, Gacy's case stands as one of the most chilling examples of hidden horrors, a lesson in the importance of vigilance, and a tribute to the innocence that was so tragically lost. John Wayne Gacy may be gone, but the memory of his crimes endures, a haunting legacy of lives lost too soon. What do you think drove Gacy to commit such heinous acts? Was it nature, nurture, or something even darker? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an episode of Whispers of the Crime. Behind every mask there's a story waiting to be uncovered. Stay safe out there.